Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today we're going to be trying so much. I literally have so much new makeup. I did want to narrow it down to the newest drugstore makeup. That way it could be easier. But yeah, everything's super affordable. But even though it's affordable, is it worth your money? So today we're going to find out. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Hey guys, long time no see. Sorry about that. I have been, as most of you guys know by now, I post every single day on Instagram and TikTok, and obviously short form content is just quicker to do. And then on top of that, I don't know if you can tell, but I am sick. Everyone is sick. Everyone around me. Wyatt was sick, then he got me sick. Literally everybody's sick, and I finally got it. I'm still sick, but I have enough energy to film, so I needed to, but it's been rough. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been sick. And then lastly, we will get right into the video, but lastly, I'm sorry that this is another full face of drugstore new makeup. I know that that's the videos that I did last. Because I'm just now catching up on YouTube, posting on so many social medias is a lot. But because I'm just now catching up, I had so much makeup that it's I have to do another video because I'm sure you guys want reviews. A couple products I'm trying out for the first time, and then some of the other ones I already know how I feel about them, so hopefully that's really helpful. Let's get into the video. For primer and foundation, today I'm going to be showing you guys the brand new products from Catrice. So Catrice actually came out with kind of like a Charlotte Tilbury flawless filter type of dupe, which everybody and their mother already came out with, as well as a tinted serum. I did already try both of these, so I already have pretty good review for you guys, so hopefully that's helpful. It's the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster. They do have a couple shades. I think they have 6 different shades. This is the shade 03 Medium, and it's just described as a sheer coverage, perfected, softened complexion, radiant, wear alone or under foundation or mix it with foundation. So today we're going to use it as primer under the tinted foundation. It does have a big fat doe foot applicator. Not much of a stopper. It is a little bit messy, but that's okay. So again, this is 30 medium, sorry, 030 medium. So I'm just going to put it on half the face at first just to show you guys what it looks like compared to nothing. I am so fair right now. I'm Mexican, so I always have a little bit of a tan, but this is the fairest that I get ever, and nothing matches me, so that's lovely. And I'm just going to blend it out with a little foundation brush from BK Beauty. Spoiler alert, I like this a lot, but I definitely think that because there are so many dupes, it really just depends on what you're looking for. This definitely resembles a lot to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I know that one of the most famous dupes of that is the e.l.f. Halo Glow, which I do like that product. This is a little bit different than the e.l.f. Halo Glow because, as you guys can see, very, very natural. So this is the glow that it gives compared to nothing. Just looking at it, not that much of a difference, but if you do see this side of my face, it looks fresher, more evened out, obviously more glowy, but still natural. I personally have been liking this more than the other dupes because you guys know I don't love just a lot of shimmer on my skin. I just want to look poreless forever and ever. But if you do prefer more glow, then I don't know if this one will be for you. This has a lot less coverage. I feel like with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, you get a light to medium. This is definitely a sheer coverage, but that little bit amount of coverage does actually make your skin look perfected. See how it kind of covered a little bit of that redness on my nose? Again, it also doesn't have as much luminosity and shimmer as the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So this is just more of a natural product essentially, and I personally like it better. And by the way, if we are shade twins and you are currently on the paler side, this shade obviously works perfectly, as you guys can see. So next, let's go ahead and try on the tinted serum. Now, I know I usually don't love using a new primer or a new tinted serum at the same time, but because I already have tried both of these, I feel okay with it. What I will say about this product is that it doesn't make the biggest difference under a foundation that has coverage. So keep that in mind. If you do want more of a difference, then get a different one. This is the brand new little skin tint from Catrice. It's called the Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. I'm super happy that Catrice finally came out with more like actual warm shades. I feel like a lot of their foundation or just their complexion products tend to be like more like cool tone and neutral. They finally have some like warm ones, so I'm super happy about that. I'll be using the shade 038W, and on the back it says it covers like a foundation but feels like a serum. It's lightweight, breathable, buildable, light to medium coverage, flexible on the skin for a long-lasting result. It's supposed to be smoothing and blurring and good for sensitive skin. And it does come, of course, in a little applicator like this. Now this actually is very liquidy, as you guys can see. I like it. You guys will see. I actually really like it. This is gonna be my 4th time wearing it. This actually does provide quite a bit of coverage, kind of like the claims. Because it's so liquidy, you wouldn't think that it would provide that much coverage, but I say you could get like a solid medium coverage with it. I know we have that glow booster under, but this is more like a radiant finish, and then if you set it with some powder, it looks more satin. It's not like overly glowy. My skin is so dry right now, so I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, my skin is just not on point right now, and I just have like flaky dry patches everywhere, so forgive me for that. I think it looks really pretty. This is one of those skin tints that like it does give you coverage like a foundation, so if you prefer something more natural looking, then maybe just get the glow booster because that's pretty natural and has a little bit of coverage. Together they work beautifully, just makes it a little bit more radiant. I like both products individually and together, and they both actually wear really, really nicely. So it's definitely like a 10 out of 10 with both of these products for me, and they're each only $10, so yay. So for cream bronzer, I do have a new product. I've already reviewed it on YouTube, but I did just want to test out a different shade with a different tool. So today we'll be using the new Milani cream bronzer. I do have the shade Spicy Season, which is a good shade for me when I'm a little bit tanner, and I do obviously like this formula. Milani just sent me like the rest of the collection as well as the brush, and I've heard so many good things about this brush, so I wanted to try out a lighter shade because your girl is not getting any sun. Today we're going to be using the shade Spilling Tea 120. The formula is really nice. As I've said before, it's kind of like a balmy texture, but it's not like super radiant or greasy. And then for the brush, this feels and looks so nice. It's just the Milani F220. It's like a nice, dense, but super, super soft angled brush. It is a little bit of like a stiffer formula, but once you warm it up, it's really nice. So grab some here and let's just start dotting. I'm not used to like such a dense brush. Ooh, this shade is really nice. Yeah, not used to such a dense brush because this is very, very pigmented, as you guys can see. I do like the shade. I love the bronzer, but this, I don't know, this brush is maybe just a little bit too dense because whenever I'm like tapping it on, I do feel like I'm like hitting my face. It is dispersing nicely, but because it's such a pigmented product, I don't know, I think I need a little bit more of a fluffier brush. I do like this, but I don't know, this might be better for like contour or something. It's just a little bit too dense. So let me just get like my handy dandy, I always use this. It's the angled brush from Alter Ego, and then just kind of diffuse it because this really can be very buildable, or you can kind of shear it out, and I put way too much product on the brush, but see how pretty that is? I love this shade. I love this shade. I guess that's a perk of being pale right now. I can use shades like these, and it looks so pretty. See how much more natural this side looks with a different brush? This shade is stunning. Super, super happy about that. Yay. The next product we're gonna use, usually I like to do concealer then cream blush, but because we are using the world's most pigmented blush, I think we should do that first and then the concealer, because you never know. So if you don't know what blush I'm talking about, it is the Juvia's Place liquid blush. They actually came out with a shimmery version, and It is called, I think it's just called the blush lighter. Yeah, it's a blush lighter. So you guys know these are so pigmented, and on purpose because they do cater to every skin tone, even the deepest skin tone. So if you do have lighter skin tone, only use a little bit. I didn't mean to get the same shade that I already have on like the regular version, but I accidentally did, and I got the shade Barbie Rose Glow. The other one that I have is just Barbie Rose, but it is the exact same thing, same essential, literally same thing, except this one's just a little bit shimmery. Most of these brushes that I'm using are from BK Beauty. This one's also BK Beauty. Hello. Hi. This is way too much, but I'm just showing you guys the color. So as you guys can see, it's like a really pretty pinky shade, and then the reflect is more of like a kind of like a gold shimmer. I have tried this out before, by the way. I've tried most of this. I hope that's okay. I hope that you prefer review, not just only first impressions. So I'm gonna grab the tiniest bit and kind of pat it on the back of my hand, and we're just gonna start applying it. I don't want to like apply too much, but I do want to show you guys what it looks like. It does kind of blend out a little bit more sheerer, I guess, or it looks a little bit more sheerer than the regular one. It's still really pigmented, and you really have to be careful with it. I actually do like the shimmer. It's not like super chunky. I was worried about it because you guys know that cream bronzer that they came out with is so beautiful, but it had specks of glitter. This to me definitely looks like more fine glitter. I feel like you can't, okay, I feel like you can see the color this way, but when I turn, almost disappears because of how glowy it is. So that should give you like an idea of how glowy it is. Let me grab another brush. Long story short, I do really like it. I wish I would have gotten a lighter shade. I don't know what is wrong with me, especially with how pigmented these are, but I do think it's really pretty. I think that if you like the original Juvia's Place blushes, then you'll probably like this. As long as you're looking for a shimmery finish, but you like the formula itself, I think you would really like this. And like I said, it's a flattering shimmer. I will say, don't freak out because we haven't done concealer yet, so we are gonna cover most of this, but I just wanted to show you guys this product. So I don't have a new concealer. You know, I feel like so many brands have come out with so many foundations, skin tints, SPFs, but no one's really coming out with concealers. But I do have a new powder that I want to try, so I kind of want to try it out with a concealer that I already know and love. This is the KOKIE Cosmetics All Cover Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. So I'm just going to apply it everywhere, and then we will set everything with a brand new powder that looks very interesting. Okay, so for setting the powder, I literally, you guys know, I get like PR packages from Pixie Beauty, and they always send me like their new collections, and then I put them in my videos, and you guys were like, that's not new. It's new to me. I think this is new. I've never seen it or heard of it. It's called the Pixie Beauty H2O Skin Veil. It's a hydrating loose powder. It says weightless loose powder to fix and finish. It cools, refreshes, and hydrates. Satin skin-like finish. It has hyaluronic acid, aloe vera. It says to put it on your bare skin or on top of foundation. This reminds me of the Becca. Don't they have like a water powder or something? That was an interesting one. So very excited to see like the drugstore do something similar to this years later. So the packaging is very sleek. I'm surprised that there's no logo on the lid. That's a little odd. Okay, so I'm gonna dump some on the other side, and let me just, I don't know, I'm excited and I'm scared all at once. So let me go ahead and just blend out any creasings. I don't feel anything. It kind of just feels like a regular powder. I don't know why I expected it to feel wet. I will say though, it brightened, it's set, it's smooth, and it doesn't feel like anything. So that's good, I guess. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting a little bit of a gimmick. I don't know. It literally says it cools and refreshes. It doesn't feel like anything. I mean, it doesn't feel drying or anything like that, but I'm just surprised that they like gave it that name, you know? So far it feels very lightweight and it doesn't feel drying. I mean, obviously it's setting my makeup beautifully. I don't know. I wish that it felt wet. I do think that that looks really, really nice though. I will give it to them though. My skin looks very, very blurred and it doesn't feel like dry or tight. Ugh. Ooh, that post-nasal drip. I don't know. I mean, I do like it. I wish I wouldn't have named it that because of my expectations, but I think that if you have drier skin, you probably would like this. Let me make sure it doesn't flash back, because why do I have a feeling that it does? Okay, it's so hard to take a picture. Okay. Oh, okay, it doesn't flash back, so that's good. Let's just leave it at, it's a powder that doesn't dry you out, and it does look porcelain, and it's super lightweight, and it looks beautiful. I will give it that. But I'm glad that I tried it out for you guys, because, I don't know, I guess if you really, really wanted it to be like cold, kind of like the Becca one, just know that this is not the case. Unless it is the case and I just got a dud, you never know. I don't have a new bronzer, like I do, but I don't. I do, but it's the wrong shade, so we're gonna use it today as concealer. No, what? Woo! As contour. So, LA Girl came out with a line called the Glow Envy line, and it's a bouncy blush, a bouncy bronzer, and a bouncy highlighter. Now, when I bought them, I thought that these were the only shades available to me. They were at the Ulta store and Ulta.com, but it kind of seems like these are the only shades available at all from the collection, which is like so just so disappointing, right? So let's just start out with this one. This is the Glow Envy Bouncy Bronzer, which it's just way too light and cool tone for me, but we will use it as contour. It's very interesting because they describe it as like a cream to powder moussey formula. If you like put your finger in it, do you see that indentation? I don't know if you guys can see that. I did already put on powder, but it is like a cream to powder, so I think we'll be okay. You know what? Let me do bronzer first, like powder bronzer, and then do the contour, so that way I'm not like rubbing on top of the cream. I'm back. I used my one size bronzer that I always use. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a little bit of chiseling out. You know what? Why don't we use the Milani brush that I said would work really well for that? Let me take off some of the excess. I'm gonna grab it on the tip and just grab a little bit of it. And I've never used it this way, but let's just try it out. I have tried it before. You kind of want to like pack it in. You see how that would have just not been a good bronzer shade for me? It's like just way too cool tone. I don't know. I do think that if this shade works for you, I would just put it on as like a cream bronzer. The blush, it's like easier to manage, but because this is bronzer and it kind of goes everywhere, I think it'd just be better just to use it as a cream bronzer. But you know what? It's not really messing up the powder on top, and I am creating quite the shadow. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can't really blend it out because I don't want to like mess anything up. Let me tell you. Oh, ooh, wait. I look chiseled. These are very, very inexpensive, but they are the only shades available. And so I do think it's kind of a cool, I don't know, I think it's a very cool formula. I just, you know, trying to make it work for my skin tone is an issue, and I already know that a lot of you guys will also have an issue with that. So that really, really sucks, because I do think it's kind of like a cool collection. Anyway, here is a swatch. If you do want to see the shade, that's powder. But that's what it looks like. I won't be using this ever because it just doesn't work for me. The blush is really cute though. So this is what the blush looks like. And because it is more of a moussey formula rather than creamy, like I mentioned, it does work over powder, but you're just going to want to like tap in the product. So I'm just going to tap on some of this, and it's really pretty. If you want like the longevity of like a powder with the look of a cream, I think you're really, really gonna like this. Like, do we see how cute she is? By the way, the Juvia's Place one can be way more pigmented if you build it up. I like purposely did it because I didn't know I wanted to show you guys like a different blush, but look at the difference, and it's really pretty. It doesn't have any shimmer, but it's just like a nice natural finish. It's really, really pretty. So I will give it to them for the blush, because I do think this would work for a lot of skin tones because you can build it up. I mean, it's pretty pigmented. I'm going in with like a very light hand. Obviously with the highlighter, like it would work for more people because it's a highlighter, but personally I just think it's a little bit too shimmery and glittery for my face. Very, very pretty though. This is what the highlighter looks like, and again, same formula. It's actually a little bit stiffer. This one doesn't really feel like a cream. Again, really, really, really pretty. But when I did put it on my face, it just looks like a really beautiful glitter shadow. And so this is beautiful as a shadow. So unless you like a little bit of a glittery look on your face, then you might like this. Just for giggles, let me add some on the tip of my nose. Why not? So that you guys can see how it glows. I mean, it is really pretty. It's just not my vibe. Let me throw on a little bit of bronzer on the crease, and then you guys are gonna die when I show you guys these shadows. For the shadows, Moira, what is this hair? I'm a mess right now. I'm a mess. Moira Cosmetics came out with new single shadows. They're called the Chroma Light Shadows. They are so nice. By the way, I did accept a sponsorship from them on Instagram, not on YouTube. Like, I'm not getting paid, nothing is sponsored. Clearly, I accepted the sponsorship on Instagram because these are amazing. I'm just letting you guys know, like, this is not part of my contract. I'm just showing you guys. They're just like the most beautiful, most like shimmery, most like blinding, glittery type of shadows. This one in the shade 01 Fairy Dust, I will go with the lightest hand and tap it on my like eyelid and do a little bit of that like the space cowboy type deal. I also love this one. This is the shade How Charming. This is like my go-to smoky eye. Like, hello. Today though, we're gonna be using the shade Sugar Crush. Now this one's interesting because it's kind of giving Space Cowboys vibe, but you know how like Space Cowboy has like a little bit of like a rose goldy type of like base? This one has definitely more of like a pigmented base, but look how stunning that is. You don't need an eyelid primer for it, and you can use it as like sparse glitter or all over the lid like I'm doing today. They're so nice, and they have so many shades. They did send me all of them, thank the Lord. So a lot to choose from. They're only $6. Again, not sponsored right now. It is just such a nice, affordable, beautiful, feels like high-end. They are powder, by the way. They're not cream, but yeah, see how it's just like sticking? And I don't need, there's no fallout. I don't need anything. Like, they're just good on their own. Like I mentioned, Milani did send a couple of their new or existing products. They sent out some liquid eyeliners. I have brown, white, and black. I kind of want to try the brown one. They're called the Stay Put Tank. What? Tank? Tank. Stay Put Tank eyeliner. Okay. Why is it called Tank? It's a felt tip. Oh, okay. It's a very pigmented felt tips. I usually do prefer a brush tip, but I'm gonna do something very natural. I don't really want to wing it out too much. I guess we'll see, but I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it on both eyes. Okay, so it actually worked pretty well. If they don't look even, it's totally my fault. This felt tip worked just fine. It is pigmented. I didn't have to go over it a couple times. I personally just don't like a felt tip because it's really hard for me to get like a sharp wing with my almost 30-year-old skin. You know, I know I'm young, but it's just not as tight as it used to be. And so it kind of skips when, see? When I'm using like a felt tip. This is nice, and I do think it's like a nice like cool tone brown. It's not like super chocolatey, super vibrant, but it is a cool tone brown. It's a little bit more subtle, and it's pigmented, and it was fairly easy to use. Essence came out with a mascara. They're either like winners or losers. This is a winner. This is a gold medalist. So this is the Lash Without Limits mascara, and let me tell you, it is just that. If you like the Maybelline Sky High, if you like the Benefit Bad Gal Bang, like those type of like silicone wands that are gonna give you like a bunch of length, then you would really like this. I know that the Maybelline Sky High is obviously already like a drugstore price, but this is actually like half the price. So this is like a dupe of the dupe of the dupe. So that's exciting. Do we see this? This is just one layer. I do have eyeliner on. If I didn't have eyeliner on, you would see how much like more dramatic it truly is, but obviously that's just one coat. This is like my favorite type of wand. Yeah, it's really nice. You guys know I obviously do use an eyelash serum, but I will still tell you guys, like, I'm so picky about mascaras. I will still tell you guys like which one is actually worth the money or not. And not only is this so affordable, but it's definitely worth the money. Okay, I definitely went a little crazy. It is a little Spider Central, but I promise you guys, it is not the mascara's fault. I just got a little bit too excited. But yeah, it's honestly one of my new favorite drugstore mascaras. It does keep my curl like up, and it just gives me so much length and volume and separation and definition, and it doesn't weigh my lashes down. It's like a nice in-between formula. It's not too wet, not too dry. Really, really nice. I did put on the Rare Beauty highlighter as my inner corner highlight. I know that NYX came out with these like duck plump lip glosses, but they did come out with a new shade that is like calling my name, because most of them are like very, very pigmented, and I wanted something a little bit more sheer, and they came out with a sheer one. It's in the shade Cherry Spice, and it just looks stunning. I put on a little bit of a nude liner. This is Gerard Cosmetics in the shade After Party, just to give my lips a little bit of shade, and just to kind of show it to you guys, and then maybe we could do like a deeper, darker lip combo. That is gorgeous. You see what I mean? Like how it's like just like more sheer. Like it still gives you that like pinky reddish type of sheen, but it's just so much more sheer, and I just think it's beautiful, because sometimes I love like a nude lip, but I just want to add like a little bit of like, I don't know, of like a reddish or like a pinky tint to it, and that looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Why don't we go ahead and do a deeper lip liner just for fun? I'm going to be using the Persona Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Rosewood. That's my first time trying out that lip liner. That's really, really pretty. So then honestly, I don't know if that will make that much of a difference, but like, why not? Okay, that is gorgeous. I actually really, really like that. That's such a nice like brownie reddish. I just feel like something like this would really be super versatile. So that is the end of the video. That is what the makeup is looking like. Super happy with everything. Honestly, most of these products are pretty bomb, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I will, of course, link everything down below. I love you guys so, so much, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!